Welcome
I got fired today.
Oh,
you got fired today?
Start the show.
What the fuck? I actually had an intro written.
Save it for later.
What the?
Fasten your seatbelt. It's going to be a bumpy night.
Alive!
Did you for real get fired, bro?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, Jesus.
You did get fired?
I did.
Damn, dude. You're batting like.
I know it.
Welcome
I know
to
it,
Wiz
dude. It's
Collective
fucking
Podcast.
terrible.
Whew.
Oh, this is gonna be fun. We can stay up late, swapping manly stories in the morning.
If I
You have
die
such a
this
positive
year,
outlook on it, though, I guess.
if I die this year, just know, like, yeah, it was
Just
coming.
know, just know the show will go on.
Yeah, thank
Featuring sultry sounds of
Wow,
Fred and Dolph Allen on the board.
Damn.
you.
I like that you didn't even tell us. You just went.
No.
Good for you.
Actually,
You might
I
take some
forgot
initiative.
about it.
Maybe if you'd
I
have taken
forgot
some
about it.
initiative, you wouldn't have gotten fired.
Let's start
Yeah.
the damn show.
I forgot about it, and then I was like, oh,
I
yeah.
forgot about it. That's probably why you got fired. You're like, do I have a job? Anyway, welcome to the 108th edition of the Black Lincoln Collective Podcast. We are so glad you joined us. Fred really needs you to donate to our Patreon.
I need it.
It is his only source of income now.
It's a GoFundMe.
So, welcome to the show. I got to read my thing now that I didn't write yet. Welcome to the 108th edition of the Black Lincoln Collective Podcast. I had such a good thing, and now you
I'm
thrown me
sorry.
off so bad.
Well,
Let's just say
the
the
only
only
podcast that doesn't do podcasts right.
no, that's. I was gonna say we're the only podcast to come out and officially endorse popcorn with butter.
There you go. I love it.
We're so glad you joined us, and we appreciate your support so very much. You can keep up with us at blcpodcast.com /Fred. And please drop us a like or a follow on X, Facebook, Instagram, and of course our TikTok and YouTube too. Why not? Rate us on your favorite podcast platform. Tell your friends. We also have Patreon, which Fred will be emptying out after the show. And we are, of course, broadcast on the Pop Culture Pros Network. Check them out at popculturepros.com. And now, our seasoned salt.
There it is.
The seasoned salt of our show. It's Fred.
It's me. Hey, the jobless guy. Just want to say, if anybody's hiring, hit us up at blacklincolncollective.com, blc.world.
It's not our website at all.
You can get fired from here before you.
BLC,
Yeah, you might lose two in one day.
BLC TikTok. Get a job. Hashtag get a job. And as always, I'd like to introduce my man,
Just give it.
the guy
Fuck
with
you,
a
Alan.
job,
Fuck
the
you,
guy
Alan.
that got me that job. Alan
And the guy that lost
OTV.
you that job.
Yeah, that's me. Hey, Waterboy, you're
I was going to
fired.
accuse you of. Oh, I'm not going to. All right. Well, welcome to the show, Fred. I'm so glad that you're in a jovial mood. 'Cause
Yeah.
You've been taking some pretty hard L's lately.
Hey, man,
But-
you gotta
but-
laugh. Keep from crying.
If you don't laugh, you cry. That's right. Fred,
That's it.
I've got the cure
Uh-oh.
for all these L's you've been taking.
I bet you don't.
I bet I personally don't. But I can tell you who does. It's our
Okay.
dear friends, Ace and Tyler, from the
Woohoo.
Hit the Books podcast. They are
Oh,
about
boom.
to join us whenever Alan does his job.
What's
Thanks.
up?
Welcome to the show, gentlemen. Thank you so much for joining us.
Happy to be here.
So, as you
Yeah.
heard, you're getting the breaking news just like we're getting the breaking news. Fred has no chance of having a job.
That's right.
So,
I
he's going to need
the-
all the help he can get. You're going to have
That's
to, to walk him through what bets he
Look at
needs to
him.
make to keep his family
Let me
alive.
get a pen. I got $2 to invest. I need to flip that 2 to 4,
What did you
4
do
to
your
8, 8 to 16.
Don't you
I
still
like
have
By
AMC?
the end of football season, I'm a millionaire. Come on, guys.
There you go.
Yeah,
Hey,
well,
we've
we'll
got
see what
this
we
in
can
bad.
do. I appreciate you having us on again. My name's Tyler Huffnagel. That's my buddy Ace. We're from the Hit the Books podcast, the podcast we started, excuse me, just over 2 years ago. We're going on our 2-year anniversary right now, going into our third season with the NFL coming right around the corner. We cover all kinds of sports from college football to the NFL. We take things on the ice. We're 4 former hockey players, 3 of us former college hockey players, me and Ace from West Virginia. We do all things in the NHL, NBA, college basketball. If you name it, we bet on it. A lot of the baseball going on right now. So, especially with Messi coming into the soccer world, so a lot going on in the American sports world. A lot going on to bet on. Ace, I don't know if you want to give a little background on yourself, but before we get too much into things.
Fuck y'all doing?
Yeah,
over
no.
here?
Tough. Not too bad, but no, like you said, sorry to hear about that news as we came in.
All good, bro.
You got better days ahead, and hopefully we can help spark that. I know
I'm what they call a commodity. I'm a rare commodity.
You know they don't know you, Fred, because they're like, yeah, better days ahead. And we're like, well, you're done. Nice knowing you.
Yeah.
See that ass on OnlyFans in a week.
Shit.
Hey, that's
I gotta
that's,
wait
that's
for
the
a
way to
week.
get it done, man.
And we're canceled too. So yeah, thank you guys. I'll say, go ahead. Please feel free to introduce yourself.
Yeah, introduce yourself, Ace.
Yeah, no, like Huff said, I'm coming out of the New England area up in Rhode Island, so got a different take on everything that a lot of the boys do. Like, we come at you from different areas. We got a buddy up in Long Island. I'm from Rhode Island. Then our producer and Huff are both coming out of Pittsburgh. So a lot of different viewpoints, but get some good conversation, go at it here from time to time with our teams. Hopefully better days ahead for them as well. So
there you go. Speaking of islands, I was on Jeffrey Epstein's island. Did not end well.
I don't think that's what we want to be on.
That's a weird transition, Fred. Great. So this is how you know that this is not scripted. So because Fred says some weird shit sometimes.
Off the cuff.
So like you said, you guys cover everything, basically every sport that has a ball or puck. And so what's you guys preferred? I know we were talking a little bit before the show, of course, and you said, baseball may not be you guys' strong suit. But baseball, I feel like baseball is such a hard sport to gamble on because it's just there's so many games.
Yeah, absolutely. And Ace, if you want to take this question, he's kind of our big guy in baseball. Like I said, he's got his Red Sox to root for year in and year out. I'm more of a casual baseball guy, but as we get towards the MLB offseason or postseason, that's something I get really excited for. MLB playoffs is must-see TV. So Ace, if you want to kind of answer that question, go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, I've kind of been blessed. My Red Sox didn't do too hot before I was born, but I walked right into some dynasties all over New England. Can't complain at all.
Sure.
Still relevant to this day, despite all odds. But no, with the baseball season, you got to be locked in every day. It's really about those pitching matchups that we look into. Playing some fantasy baseball helps with that too, but watching a lot of it on MLB TV, following it as I can. I look at those big name teams. You see the Dodgers year in and year out. You're going to take them every time you can because they're going to put up big runs and you can really have your money safe with them. It's like betting on the Chiefs or some of those other powerhouses across the other leagues.
Or so betting against the Jets.
Yeah.
Generally speaking.
It stays the same this year.
Generally speaking.
Speaking of like fantasy baseball, did you know that's like where it all started? Like all the fantasy started was from fantasy baseball?
Actually, I
didn't know that. No, I've played fantasy baseball the past 2 seasons, and honestly, like I don't play any other fantasy sports other than football and baseball, and that's just because I like the football during the season, and the baseball, fantasy baseball, kind of gives me something to root for in the off season when I'm not. Exactly, it just kind of gives me something to do this summer. It is hard. It's a grind to keep up with, but it is a lot of fun. But no, I didn't know that was the original.
Yeah, it was like a group of friends out of New York, like came up with like the concept, and they would like get the paper every day, and like the commissioner would have to go through the paper and like write down all the stats, all the stats offhand, and then like I think like Yahoo started, like they picked it up and like started doing it like that, and they took them to court, but they never copyrighted the game.
Yep.
So they never got any money off.
And they didn't have the money to go after him for it.
They didn't have the money to go after Yahoo. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so like they got really screwed. They made some money off of like books they wrote and stuff like that. So, but like they really got screwed off of that. Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely, because fantasy football is obviously the one that most people think when they hear fantasy sports, they think of fantasy football. Because
I do one for every season. You got to.
At least one. At least one. Oh, you mean every sport, like every sport?
Yeah. Basketball, hockey, football, baseball. I hit the floor.
Yeah, I try to do like a fantasy team for like golf because like. I like golf. I like it a lot. You know what I'm saying? I suck at it, but like I like to watch it, like the pros and stuff like that.
That's awesome.
And I try to do a fantasy golf league, and I just got crushed, man.
Just like real golf.
Yeah, just like real golf.
But yeah, no, I find like a way to follow it throughout for every sport. You go with a dynasty league. We've kind of introduced those here with some baseball. I got some in basketball in like year 3, some football too. So obviously football, you mix it up with redraft and both. But the other leagues,
like our fantasy league, man, how long have we like? It's not dynasty because
like 10 years.
We do a draft. We tried to do dynasty for like 3 years.
I tried to make us do dynasty, and no one else would do it.
No, I mean, I just didn't like it, man.
They're like, "Oh, you have to remember who we had."
There's a good compromise to it.
That was the thing about our league, though. Nobody liked to trade. So
I love to trade. You would just never trade with me.
No, because you
said I was the oppressor. You said I was the white oppressor, and I couldn't be trusted.
You are the oppressor, colonizer, trying to colonize.
Yeah, you were like, you can't be trusted. No, we do love it. It's at least the same thing, man. It keeps it interesting. If your team sucks, it's one of those things. It's great that you can have something. If your actual team sucks, and you can have this hopefully not suck as bad. Right. And it's great to find any kind of source of shit talk you can generate throughout the year is always nice. With
exactly. So I guess to get back to your original question, football's probably all of our main go-to. I know we're all hockey players, but Ace, I think it's safe to say football's all our favorite to watch, but probably hockey's right there as a close second.
There you go.
Yeah. I mean, I crushed the card. On the card this year, NHL, MLB was probably my strong suit, but in-depth analysis, NFL for sure.
There you go.
Well, we're going to get to some NFL talk here real soon because we have we're on a network actually at a Long Island, the Pop Culture Pros Network, and they do a yearly, I guess it's like their football pick'em where we have to, you come up with all the division winners and all the and kind of you have to map out the season. So we're gonna rely on you guys to help us do that here momentarily, and if you fuck it up. Nothing will really happen.
It isn't our money. No,
we're gonna break Fred's legs. How about that? He's had a bad enough string of luck. We'll just throw his legs in there too. You don't need those anymore, Fred.
I don't need your legs.
Legs. Do you guys do any college football too, or is that? I know that's not necessarily. We're down here, like I said, in the southeast. So college football is
the SEC.
That's right.
The SEC.
Oh my God. I'm quitting this show. Yeah, I'm firing myself from the show if you keep talking about the fucking SEC. But so we are college football is like our thing down here. That's what people love. That's what they fucking wake up and fall asleep to constantly. There's a literal buzz in the air down here with football, college football about to start this week. Yeah. So do you guys cover any of that, or do you kind of just more state of the pros?
Yeah, definitely. I'd say we more state of the pros. This week, we didn't really dive into too much of the week 1 lines for this coming weekend, but I know some of the big matchups. Obviously, my West Virginia Mountaineers are in Penn State. That's a pretty big one up here.
My wife's team.
I was going to say, renewing that rivalry, I think it's Penn State's a 20.5 point favorite in that one. Penn State, they're 7th coming into the season, 7th in the nation. So me, not the biggest Penn State guy. My buddy Jesse, our producer, he's a Penn State alumni, so he's our Penn State correspondent. But I do think my Mountaineers are going to get that ass kicking this weekend, unfortunately. I like Penn State with the points there to give you a pick in the college world this weekend.
There you go. Okay. Penn State with the points.
On a more global scale, do you guys have any? And like I said, so we're going to hit a couple of different sports, but we'll start off with college football because again, and this is Fred. Start writing because you need this. Do you guys have, in your guys' opinion, any dark horse playoff teams this year? Any dark horse championship teams potentially?
As far as college,
too early to tell. You think?
As far as college,
yeah. As far as college, yeah.
So we were talking this last week a bit.
Yeah, I was going to say we were getting into this last week. So at least in my opinion, with the college football, the way it's shaped right now with the top 4, I mean, it's basically, I think Georgia's a lock for that one. I mean, their schedule, that cakewalk schedule they're going to have.
Yeah,
I don't see them lose.
Fred,
I'll let you guys deuce that one out, but I think Georgia walks to a perfect season this year and gets to that number 1 seed going into the season. I'm really big on Michigan this year. I think Blake Corum and Donovan Edwards, what they're doing up there in the Big Ten. It's going to be interesting to see what Ohio State does with, I think his name's Kyle McCord coming in under center with Marvin Harrison Jr. out there on the wide out. But I'm not huge on Ohio State this year. I'm more big on this.
Yeah,
I like Penn State to cause some problems between Michigan and Ohio State to beat up one of them too, and maybe knock them out of that top 4. But as far as that, it's hard to. I feel like it's so hard to call these dark horses in college football because the way it all works out.
I just want you to say Clemson ain't got a shot.
Clemson has a great shot, Fred.
Clemson. Clemson's they're going to put up a fight in that ACC. I can tell you that for sure. But as far as I don't know, I'm
DJ, right?
Yeah, DJ's up in Oregon.
Thank God. As a lifelong Clemson fan myself, he was one of the worst we've had in a long, long time. And it wasn't even his fault necessarily. He came in at a bad time. It's hard to follow. It's hard to be the Aaron Rodgers that follows Brett Favre. It's hard to, follow Deshaun and then Trevor Lawrence back to back. And then, he had just as much hype around him as both of them did. And unfortunately, he just wasn't going to make it. I think everybody, from a Clemson perspective, wishes him the best at Oregon State. He was named the starter this week or last week there. So I hope that he does great. I hope he kills it. But if it's in the last 2 years, it's probably not going to happen. We still love him.
Might help him though. I was intrigued with the size he had and when he stepped in for Lawrence during the injury.
He's got the intangibles for sure. He's got, like I said, he's got the size. He's got a hell of an arm. He's just I don't know. Again, I don't know if it was the system or what, but he just couldn't process. I don't think he wasn't able to process information as quickly as was necessary for Clemson these last couple of years. Also, their receivers have been down for the last couple of years and just haven't really been getting separation. So, and it's always much harder on the quarterback if you can't, if nobody's open.
Yeah, the downtick in the team overall, coming off that Lawrence high, it's so tough to live up to it.
Right.
Yeah, just all the wide receivers and everything kind of dropped off, and that happens sometimes. But well, hold on, we're going to take a quick break so we can get. I think Tyler may have.
That's like an occurring thing on this podcast.
He got really mad at Fred for talking about the SEC.
No, they get snatched up, man. I don't know, the government. They just snatch it right off the spot.
Are they following this?
That's Fred's new job, conspiracy theorist.
Right. Oh God. Yeah. Don't get him started with that.
It out.
Number 2.
So we'll take a really, really super quick break, and we'll be right back with more of the Black Lincoln Collective podcast with Hit the Books podcast. Welcome back to the Black Lincoln Collective podcast. We are so sorry for the technical difficulties. It was all Fred's fault.
It was.
I was going to blame it on Alan, but Alan could actually kick us out and ruin it, so I don't want to. Yes, that's the only problem is you can't. He's the only one who gets applause, generally speaking, because he controls the board. So he gives himself applause while the rest of us just sit quietly.
No, that's
good game plan.
The studio.
I like that.
Studio crowd.
Right. I'm sorry. Yeah, I meant our studio audience.
Yeah, they love Alan.
Our live studio audience. So yeah, like I said, we did chat a little bit about college football, which is great and fine. But now I really, really need you guys' help. I have a few things we got to get through here. So like I said, the Pop Culture Pros Network, which is our dear friends, have challenged us along with everybody else on the network, which is mostly guys, like I said, up in the New York area, except for the boss man who lived in Florida. I don't know if he made it or not, honestly, after this hurricane.
Hurricane got him.
I'm sure he's fine. He lives in Orlando or something. He lives in
Hurricane got
Central Florida.
Yeah, somewhere lame. Even for Florida. So we have this challenge. We're gonna give. This is what I would like us to do if it's okay. We're gonna let Fred, Allen, and myself try to answer this, and then you tell us if we're 100% wrong, or if we're like, yeah, you're probably in the right direction. And give us, and of course, please feel free to debate. Feel free to call us idiots. I do it all the time, and I'm called an idiot. I'm married, so I'm called an idiot all the time too. So
it is my middle name,
right? So
name it.
So we're going to go through. We need division champs. Oh, and then the 3 wildcard teams for both leagues. Then we also have the NFC, AFC champ, Super Bowl champ, MVP, offensive, defensive.
Jesus Christ, that's a lot, man.
It's not that much, Fred. We're gonna plow through it, dude, because some of these are pretty easy.
Wow,
I think. I mean, I think. So let's start with Alan's favorite division again. And I know Alan's going to say the Jets are going to win the division this year.
Yep.
I disagree. I think the Bills are probably the odds-on favorite, with Miami as the second. But I'm going to leave. We're going to do this by consensus. So if Fred can convince, or if Alan can convince Fred that the Jets are going to win it, they can outvote me, and we'll put the Jets down.
Yeah, I think the Jets are going to win it this year.
The Jets are not.
Man, we did good with the draft. We did good with the trades.
Hey, you got Aaron Rodgers.
We got Aaron Rodgers. I mean, we're ready. We are ready this year.
And then you got the shadow hat man on your side that
right.
Aaron Rodgers be seeing.
And fireman, whatever guy's back. We're ready.
I don't know. I myself, I love football, but I just don't know much about it. I mean,
you know enough to say Miami, the Jets, or the
who's the 4 teams? Come on.
Okay, the Jets,
yep.
the Dolphins,
yep,
the Bills,
right,
and 8th New England Patriots.
There you go. Okay. Well, I'm not going to go with New England.
Right.
So
that's not a bad call.
You know that.
Mark them off.
I don't know. Is Tua still in Miami?
Tua is back, and he learned jiu-jitsu over the offseason.
See, I know a little bit. So
he learned a lot about jiu-jitsu, so he could fall better this offseason. I'm serious. I'm 100% serious.
It is true. It is true.
Yeah. It is true. Okay, I like that then. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, maybe. I don't know. I like Miami.
I'll take the Dolphins. I mean, I'm willing to go Dolphins. Again.
So this has to be. This has to be a consensus. Like we all
2 out of 3. So we said Dolphins, Jets are out. They could be, but they could land the wild card spot.
Okay.
So that's personally that's kind of how I'm thinking things could work out.
I mean, of course, I'm going to say the Jets, but I'm thinking Bills.
Okay.
The Bills are the safe pick.
Bills are the safe pick, but that's we're
not
here.
I do like the Bills because
I have the Miami Dolphins. Great value.
They come so close every time. Like they got to have some kind of fire in their belly to like. What was my man name from the last Boy Scout? Like if they don't get it, they just pull out the pistols and start shooting people. I mean, Billy Cole. They go Billy Cole somebody if they don't fucking win it.
You're doing the Bills or the Dolphins?
Bills, yeah, the Bills.
Yeah. If the Bills don't win it this year, I think this is the last year that the championship window.
Right. Yeah.
The window's slam shut.
Right.
Yep.
Exactly.
And I'm with. I like the value in this Miami Dolphins team. If you can find them. I think we found them at 3-1 to win the division.
Oh yeah,
I like some of the pieces they addressed. They brought in guys like Jalen Ramsey. They have defense down there. Like he said, pending to his health, that team could. I think their ceiling is a possible Super Bowl appearance, in my opinion, for the Miami Dolphins this year.
There you go.
Keep that in mind, Fred. All right, so we're gonna skip
Miami.
We're gonna go to 2 that should be, I think, pretty easy to answer. The AFC South is, it's the Jaguars' division to lose.
Block.
Yeah, I agree 100%.
We're going Jaguars. Who do you think, Fred?
Who else is it?
Tennessee. Yeah. Indianapolis.
Okay.
Houston.
It's not going to
be the Jaguars.
Yeah, okay. So
this is going to be Jaguars, yeah.
You don't think Tennessee can pull something out of there?
I really don't.
Okay.
I like DeAndre Hopkins.
I like Mike Vrabel.
And I like Mike Vrabel. I mean, out of all the like expatriate like players who turn to coaches,
and plus
probably my favorite one.
Country music. I mean,
but your boy Trevor Lawrence is taking the next step this year.
There you go.
I feel like this is really, his first year wasn't his first year, so
didn't he play? Remember the Titans?
Urban Meyer year doesn't count.
Yeah, Urban Meyer does not count for anybody. I mean, so that's the thing. ETN is coming into his own. Lawrence is coming into his own. They got Calvin Ridley, who is dominant, even though he's obviously been gone for a year. Yeah, and their defense has been great their defense has been passable to great for like 12 years. They just never had anything on the offensive side of the ball. Mm-hmm. So I have no doubt the Jaguars are the team to beat.
It's going to be interesting.
Bankrupt Calvin's going to be there too.
I'm telling you, man. I think he's coming out fired up.
He said
he's a reach on him in my fantasy draft.
He said he's coming back to get everything he lost last year.
Yeah.
True gambler's mentality.
There you go. Just win it back.
Down, baby.
Hey, I don't blame him. So, okay, so we'll go to the AFC West. Fred, do you need to know who's in the AFC West?
No, I can tell you.
It doesn't matter.
In the AFC West because it's going to be the Cardinals.
That's the NFC.
They're not in the NFC West.
Right. That's what you meant. You were going to say they're not in the AFC.
The Broncos.
You think the Broncos are going to do something this year with Sean Payton?
I think so. Yeah. Sean Payton and
oh my God, we're going to lose
Russ.
Big Nose Russell. Yeah, Big Nose Russell.
That's mean.
That's Puff's boy.
Yeah.
That's my boy, Russ. I love Russell Wilson. I was a big Seahawks guy. I like him.
See?
I do. I have the Chiefs to win this division. It's tough.
Chiefs,
but
it's Chiefs by in a runaway.
There's not much value in it.
Yeah. Of course it's the Chiefs.
Fred. The Chiefs are? Oh, yeah. All right, we're putting Chiefs.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll reserve the Broncos for the
wild card. For the wild card, maybe.
Right. So
I can see that as well, yeah.
The division that's closest to my heart as a Steelers fan. Oh. And I know the answer, so I'm going to try and not be biased.
NFC South.
What the fuck, Fred? What do you do here? The AFC North. This is a comedy show, by the way, gentlemen. If you couldn't tell.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, so I'm intentionally fucking this up. I mean,
if you like sports and hate like anger, this is the right show for you. If you want to punch your radio, listen to this show because Fred will make you do it. So the AFC North, I of course want in my heart of hearts for the Steelers to be the champions of the AFC North. I'm afraid that they will not. Maybe next year, maybe in a couple years when Joe Burrow is dead. But or I mean, he doesn't have to be dead; he could just be hurt. But if he is dead, that's a better chance for us. So I'm just saying, I'm just being realistic.
Yeah, I'm the guy.
You're not wrong about that,
right? So I mean, I got to think it's the Bengals.
Yeah.
What do you guys think?
I was gonna say, I think it is.
So like I said, me being a Steelers fan, I have all the hope in the world for this Steelers team. I think you can get good value on them to win this division, but I do have Lamar Jackson and the Ravens to win this division. We just got done doing our week 0 stuff where we went through all of our win totals and stuff like that. So I actually have the Steelers and the Ravens both ending the season at 11-6. So it's going to come down to the divisional wins, who wins what games. And the Steelers and Ravens love to split. The AFC North loves to split their games. So I think it's going to come down to a weird tiebreaker, whatever that second tiebreaker is after the divisional matchup. I think it's divisional record. So we'll have to see what it comes down to. But I see the Ravens and the Steelers both getting 11 wins with the Bengals right behind them at 10.
Yeah, I'm more on the Bengals or the Ravens there. Bengals are the safe play, but I think Lamar, if he's healthy and that team's healthy, they could pop off.
But I hate the Ravens so much. Can't I just vote with my heart for once?
I don't like his
I
braids.
hate the Ravens. No, it's not Lamar Jackson. It's the Ravens. It's the whole Ravens organization from top to bottom. I hate them so much.
I'm right there with you as a Steelers fan. They get under my skin as well. They're a good team, but yeah.
That's the worst part is that they're actually really competitive every year, no matter what happens. They're such a
way.
They find a way.
So, all right. So I've cast my vote on the Bengals. What do you guys think, Alan and Fred? Well, you've heard the experts.
I'll ride with the Bengals. I like the Bengals, man. I was in Cincinnati one time and I saw
for good reason.
Yeah, but yeah.
I went to Cincinnati once. Bengals, let's go, baby.
I went there one time and I saw what's my man? Night Move Bob Seger. I went and saw Bob Seger in Cincinnati. So yeah, let's go to the Bengals.
Bob Seger says, "Go Bengals."
A lot of love for the LSU guys.
I'm sorry. You guys probably like.
I mean, I'm being overridden on this, but
well, who do you think?
I would Baltimore before us.
Baltimore.
Okay, fuck it. I'm going against Matt. Baltimore.
All right,
I went to Baltimore.
All right, well, I will go with the Ravens.
It hurts.
It does.
Yeah,
all right, but just like they say, the Ravens, man, you just every year they're
good.
If they can be healthy, they could be.
Ray Lewis had that dance. Ray Lewis had that dance.
Oh yeah,
yeah. If they're healthy, if they can somehow keep their running back room like off of crutches for a year,
yeah.
I mean, I don't. And now they actually have wide receivers and OBJ and stuff like that. I don't know what what's holding them back from being very successful.
Up there, right? Beckham's up
there. Mm-hmm. Yeah, OBJ. Yeah. So okay, so we have the Dolphins, Ravens, Jags, and Chiefs as our division winners, and then we're going to our wild card teams. We're each going to pick a wild card team. That's how we're doing this. Okay. So I'm taking the Steelers because I do believe they're a playoff team. I don't think they're a division champion.
Okay.
So, Alan, who you got?
I got the Jets. I
fucking knew it.
Fucking Jets. Okay.
I like the pick so far.
Fred has every other team, and he's not gonna.
So I'm gonna ride with you, man. I'm gonna pick the Steelers. That's a wild card.
Well, you were getting the Broncos.
Son of a bitch. Yeah.
Why?
You have to pick a different team because there's 3 wild card spots.
I thought it's 3
there? For the last 2 years.
When did they do this shit?
Oh my god. This is why. Please
I told you. You're the one wanted to do this. You the one wanted to do this.
I told you a month ago we were gonna have him on the show.
I'm like that ESPN commercial, but where the guy was talking sports out of his ass. You know what I'm saying?
Unlike the ESPN commercial, Fred talks everything out of his ass. So, okay, Fred. So it can't be the Steelers. It can't be the Jets. It can't be the Dolphins, Ravens, Jags, or Chiefs. Give us any other team.
The Broncos, then. Come on, Russell.
I'm going to let you.
Come on, Russell, with your big nose.
All right,
suck up all the wins out your nose.
Suck up all the wins through your nose. Let's ride. I know, and that does leave, like you said, that leaves the Bengals and the Bills out of the playoffs.
Yeah, I would
Bengals, Bills,
and the Chargers.
Yep.
Sierra's fine.
Actually, I mean, I'm saying Jets, but I would think the Bengals. But that's besides the point.
I mean, I really do think
Jets are a good pick too.
Yeah, I'm not against the Jets, but I do think the AFC North is probably arguably the best division in football. Just
North
they're
or
all
East right there.
Tumble,
they're so top heavy, both of them.
Yeah, and I mean, who knows what the Browns are going to be? So.
I love them top heavy.
Browns.
I'm not a Browns guy, but whatever. Browns. We can't all, we have to have at least acknowledge they exist for now. So okay, so on to our NFC picks. This should be probably not easier for us, but it should be easier. So the NFC East, Fred.
Yep.
Who you got?
In the East. In the East.
Do you know who's in the East?
Philadelphia.
Look at that, the Eagles. Alan, who you got?
Who else? You think Dallas? You think it's gonna be Dallas?
Man, I've never picked
it's
Dallas.
Never gonna be
in
Dallas.
My life.
It's never gonna be Dallas.
Parts of me really want Dallas to win.
Tyler looks like he wants to say Dallas.
That's like exactly how I felt. I think it's gonna be so close.
He wants to say Dallas.
Yeah. On paper. Really good.
Hey, 2 years ago, the Browns on paper were like phenomenal.
Yep.
And look what happened.
It's true.
Yeah, and
I picked them to win the Super Bowl.
Ace is the one that said it on the pod this week that we just talked. I think there's good value in both the Eagles and the Cowboys to win this division. I do think it's a two-man race. I don't think there's much value at all in the Giants to win this division. And obviously the Washington Commanders are far and behind from the rest of the three. But personally, if you're going to take the Eagles at the minus, I'd put it with something else, but I do think you get good value with the Cowboys at the plus 195. Ace, I know you're pretty confident in these Cowboys as well as Mackie, our other buddy that we do the podcast with. He's from New York, but he's a Cowboys fan. We don't know how it happened either. So, but yeah, so we'll go with the Cowboys here at the plus 195.
The Cowboys fandom is a disease, man.
Schedule favors the Cowboys. That Eagles, they roll into a tough one after that Super Bowl hangover too.
Yeah,
I agree. All right, Alan, it's up to you. We got to vote for the Eagles, a vote for the Cowboys. What do you do, Alan?
Cowboys.
What do you do?
God damn it.
What do you do?
Love that pick.
I knew he would.
Dak Prescott season.
All right, this one should be pretty. I feel like this one should be easy, but it's not going to be easy. The NFC North. Fred, do you know who's in the NFC North?
NFC North.
Yes.
That would be damn it. Fuck.
That team, yep.
Lions, and Vikings, and Bears. Oh my.
Oh my, there you go.
And the Packers too.
Dude, that's
a hard one to call,
shitty teams, man.
They're all Detroit. I wouldn't say they're all shitty teams. I think they're all middle of the road to like pretty okay teams. Like not shitty, except for the Packers.
I'm gonna go Bears.
Oh wow!
They got what's the quarterback?
Justin Fields.
Justin Fields. Yeah, Justin Fields. Yeah, I'm gonna go Bears.
Okay. Look at that, going out on a limb.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Bears. The Bears.
The Bears.
I feel like it's going to be. I would root for the Lions. I'm rooting for the Lions this year. First of all, because the Lions have always sucked, and secondly, because I feel like after the Vikings last year had so many like one-score wins, they've got to regress to the mean. They're going to be. I mean, they're still going to be a good team, but I just don't. I don't know. Something tells me the Lions are hot to trot this year.
Alan
wants to wait until our pros tell us what to do.
No, I'm going with Freddie. I'm going Bears.
The Bears.
Okay, so Tyler and Ace, tell him why he's wrong.
I love what the Bears did this offseason. I don't think they get to that division win just yet. I think they're a year or two away. They added on that defense Edmonds, some other big names late in free agency, veteran moves too. They got DJ Moore out of Carolina, finally a real weapon. But I'm going to lean towards a lot of unexpected things happening this year. I'm leaning towards the experience with the Vikings. I love Justin Jefferson, Kirk Cousins, best quarterback in division, most established. A lot of guys that have been there and done that. So That's where I got to ride with. It's the safest play, I think. I can't see the other guys putting up double-digit wins this season, even though the Lions will be must-watch TV.
I agree. The Lions are going to be an exciting team to watch. I think the experience with Cousins and the Minnesota Vikings gets the division done. They will win the division. I think there's great value in that as well at plus 290. So almost 3-1 there for the Vikings.
Hold on. Can I just ask a question? I've been hearing you say it's plus 195, plus 290. What's that?
So that's like when I say like 3-1. Do you know what that means for the gambling odds?
Yeah, if you bet $1, you get $3.
Yeah,
right.
so plus 290, that's basically 2.9 to 1. So if you put down $100 on that, you'd win 290.
Right. Okay, I got you. Okay.
So put down your money on the Bears,
Sorry.
Fred, and I'm gonna write. I'm typing.
You
Bears
think I'm
in.
betting money when I'm asking what the fucking he's talking about?
I do think you're betting money.
I'm not.
I hope
I'm
you
gonna
are.
bet money. I don't even know how much money I can get. If I'm gonna bet some money, I'm gonna be like, yo, I got $10 on the, and you give me 20 if I win. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, but
just
this
straight
is-
up like play it off.
this is
the
Vegas.
sharp stuff,
This is
man. This is
Vegas.
like-
yeah, this
you
is
gotta
the Vegas
like.
shit. Yeah,
Well,
I'm
or
more
like anywhere sports
you know,
gambling is
I'm more
legal, which is
street,
not
man.
here, of course.
I shoot craps with Monopoly dice.
I don't even know what that means. So, all right. So God damn it, I hate being overruled and putting the Bears there, but I guess we're gonna do it
Good.
because I said
Who
we
you
would.
going for? Who was you going?
I
for?
said I think
He
the
said the
Lions are
Lions.
gonna. I,
The
I
Lions,
do
you said the
honestly.
Lions. Yeah.
Riding
Okay,
the hype.
my brain says Vikings. My heart
It's a good
says
pick.
Lions.
It's a good pick.
Right.
But we're gonna write Bears because we promised we would do that.
Justin
Just
Fields is
Eminem
really
fan.
good too. If he
I
makes
know
that
he's
step,
great.
they can do
He's
it.
great at fantasy. He sucks
Yeah.
at real life. You know,
The
I mean,
NFC,
it's
that
not
might
that he
work.
sucks. It's not that he sucks. Well, he hasn't had the weapons. He does have
See?
better weapons this year than he's ever had.
Right.
And
This is his year.
They're going to be better than the Packers.
Show and prove.
So we got that going for us. All right.
There you go.
So on to the NFC South.
Yes. Yeah.
Let's get this moving, Fred. Who you got? Fred knows
Carolina.
the NFC South, of course. Alan?
Not Carolina.
No, never
It's not
Carolina.
gonna be Carolina. I know it's not gonna be Carolina, but I can't help but
It's got to be the Saints, man.
you're gonna override me. Override
Unless
me.
Cam Newton walks out.
There you go. Let's go, Cam.
I got to go Saints personally. But Alan is the tiebreaker. So
I
Carolina.
mean, I'm going to go Falcons because I got family playing for the Falcons.
Oh,
that's true. That's
Oh,
true.
really?
Yeah.
That's awesome. Who?
Like,
Alan's little sister plays for the
Ethan-
Falcons.
Yeah, Melissa. my
Starting quarterback?
my cousin's son.
defensive
he plays,
tackle.
Ethan Greenridge. He plays for the Falcons. So
He's a lineman,
that's exciting.
reserve lineman. So
awesome.
yeah.
yeah.
All right. I know you guys are going to say the smart money is on the Saints, just
Yep.
because of lack of talent across the board outside of the Saints.
Yep. The
So-
exciting
We
team
got
is the
lagging
Falcons there. The Falcons have so much potential, but their floor is so low on how they can perform.
They're so
Look at
unknown.
the guys: Ritter, Robinson, Pitts, London. That whole offense is what 1 to 2 years into the league at most.
Right.
I like
Out
how
of
they
the
did on
youth, for
defense.
sure. Drake London,
Jesse
you know.
Bates, AJ Terrell, and Jeff Okuda is a valid secondary too. But you got to look at the Saints; they have the veteran experience.
Yeah, I'm all over
Versatile.
this Saints team. I think there's good value in them to win this division. So I love the Saints team.
I think having
Oh,
David
you-
Carr is a big. I've always been a
David
huge
Carr's
David
brother.
Carr
Yeah,
fan.
I have been.
David Carr's brother.
Derek Carr. too.
Oh, well, Derek Carr. Sorry, I've always been a big Carr fan. And I, whatever, it doesn't matter. My brain's just as fried as his. So, but okay. So, Fred, can I talk you in to the Saints?
Hey,
One of
Yeah,
us has to
Saints,
change our vote.
I'll go for the Saints also.
go March.
That's what I'm
Then
talking about.
Yeah,
the Saints go.
Bijan's going to be sick on the Falcons, though.
I'm excited to see Bijan this year. But I'm also worried that the Falcons overall are just a trash pile.
Bijan
And-
Mustard.
Like, I don't know.
got
I
his
really
own
don't know
mustard
what
now.
Ritter can do.
You see that? That's awesome.
Dijon Mustard.
That's Fred's joke of the sponsored by mustard. Why not?
Hey,
Episode
Sponsored by
title.
French's.
Grateful
Uh,
Palm, baby.
So on to the NFC West. And we'll get this thing wrapped up here.
West.
Who do you got, Fred?
Me
Do you need
in
to
the
know?
West.
Do you need to know who's in the
NFC
NFC
West.
West?
No,
Winners,
I know. It's
and then nothing else.
the Seahawks, the Chargers,
Close.
Chargers ain't in there?
Nope, they're in the AFC West.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
Seahawks.
Go ahead. Give it to me. Give it to me, man.
49ers.
There you go.
Rammies.
49ers. They got my man, Chris McCaffrey. They got
the
my
Rammies,
man.
and then the college football team that is the Arizona Cardinals.
They got my man. 49ers. Yeah, Chris.
Oh, Chris McCaffrey.
49ers.
You should be able to win anything with Chris McCaffrey. We didn't prove that.
As long as it's not an injury.
My wife brought me a jersey last year, and they fucking traded it. I'm like,
That
I'm
always
like,
happens.
ever fucking buy me shit.
So Fred's been a Panthers fan pretty much since they came into the league. You know, was it
Right.
98 or whatever?
I wasn't a
98?
football fan until they came into the league.
And a buddy of ours
I'm
has season tickets because it's only about an hour and a half. The Panthers stadium is only about an hour and a half from us. And so he had a tendency to like, I'm not going to make the game. Like, who wants a ticket? Like, you just give it to whoever, you know, because nobody really wants to go. But Fred loved to go. And how many games in a row was it that you went to before you actually got to see them? It was like 8?
15, 16 games? No, it was more than that, man. I was there when I was there Christmas Day when Julius Peppers blocked the field goal, and they said he ran to the quarterback and then took that one away from me. I was there opening day when Philly came in and just beat the shit out of us. I mean, I've been through some shit up there at Bank of America Stadium, man, and I did. I got to see him. Like, first game I was there, I was like, he had great seats too, like 3
Super
yards,
yeah,
3 seats from
like
the field,
50-yard line,
50
like maybe
line.
6 rows, 7 rows up.
That game, Christian McCaffrey hurdled that dude. I was sitting right there, and he hurdled that dude right in front of us, man.
And then he looked at Fred and was like, "Sorry, buddy,
He
that's all I
pointed
can
at
do."
me and was like,
He's like, "That's all I can do." Like, I can't do anything else. Okay,
Yeah.
so with that being said, we got
Right.
our Niners, Saints, Bears, and Cowboys for our division champs. Who you got for the wild card, Fred? Let's do the same thing we did before. Just pick one. Go.
Dallas.
Dallas is the champion.
Oh, no! Did we pick Dallas? We didn't pick.
We
Dallas.
did. We picked the Cowboys.
So then throw the Eagles in there at that
Well,
spot.
the
right
Eagles.
there.
Yeah, the Eagles. Then
Probably easy
we
pick
picked the
off
Eagles.
of that. No, we didn't.
Oh, fuck
All
you,
right, I'm going
Alan,
to
you
pick
fucking
Vikings
traitor.
because I do feel like the Vikings are right there.
Yeah.
Alan, who you got, buddy?
I was gonna say Vikings.
You have the tough pick.
So pick another.
I know. That's why I was like, I'm going to steal this pick real quick. All right, if Alan takes the Vikings, I'm going to, you know what? I'm going to go out on a limb.
Atlanta. Oh,
I'm
no,
gonna
no,
go
Atlanta. Go Lions. Okay.
I'm going to go Lions. I want to say Seahawks. I think it's between the Lions and the Seahawks.
Yeah.
I have
I
no
like that
idea.
too.
I do like the Seahawks. I've been to their stadium.
Have you?
Been in their stadium. Yeah, it was during baseball season, but I went in the stadium and they didn't give me
You
shit. They
were
didn't
the
give me
12th man.
No, I wasn't. I was the last man. I was like, where the fuck? Why am I in here? So it was great. All right. Coin flip, Fred.
Yep.
Seahawks or Lions? Go.
Seahawks.
All right. Seahawks it is. All
Geno
right.
Smith.
so- I like Geno Smith. Man, you got to root for Geno Smith, even if you're a Jets fan.
Yeah, WVU product. Good to see him bounce
That's our
back.
W guy.
Yeah.
That's our product.
Didn't he get punched in the face the last time
He
he was
got
on the Jets?
his jaw got broken.
Yep.
Ooh,
My teammate.
So,
damn.
good times.
Yeah,
All right,
that's
Fred.
Never a good look.
So who do you have coming out of the NFC? Here's our breakdown. Here's our bracket for the NFC. Cowboys, Bears, Saints, 49ers, Eagles, Vikings, or Seahawks?
Atlanta.
What the shit? Who do you have winning the NFC playoffs?
Oh, I'm sorry. Your brain's fucking fried, man. Say it again.
Yeah, dude.
Bears.
Bears? That's worse than Atlanta.
Lions.
You should have just stuck with the fucking Falcons.
Falcons.
We don't even have them in the playoffs. We can't pick a team to win the NFC. That's
Don't
not in
ask
the
me
playoffs.
questions, Matt.
Okay. I'm going to take – I think it comes down to the Eagles or the Cowboys.
There you go.
I think those are probably the odds-on two best teams. The 49ers, of course, will be there,
There you go.
but I just don't know. I feel like the 49ers are yearly bit by some sort of injury bug.
Mhm.
And I don't know who – I mean, I can't trust Sam Darnold to take them if something happens to Brock Purdy. So, Alan, who you got? I'm going to say give you the choice between the Eagles and the Cowboys.
Eagles and the Cowboys.
Yeah, who you got?
I was gonna pick the Saints, but
To win the whole to go to the Super Bowl.
I just said that about an hour and a half.
Oh my
ago.
God.
friends
Yeah,
called
I
me
was gonna
nuts.
say, because they come in as a wild card and then they just get that second win and win it all.
Yeah. I love that.
You like it, Fred? We'll go with it. Fuck it. It's never going to
love
happen, but why not? It's
Nobody
it's
else
not-
will have it. That's a good
Oh,
thing.
just
too.
your legs on the
Team.
line.
I have it.
It's pretend. It's just your legs.
Just your legs, Fred, on the line.
He don't make his legs.
All right. So for the AFC, you got Dolphins, Ravens, Chiefs, Jaguars, Steelers, Jets, or Broncos.
Chiefs. How can I not bet on
I
the Chiefs?
hate to agree, but I completely agree.
How can I not bet on the Chiefs?
I'm going to go with the Jaguars.
Patrick
That's a
Mahomes'
great
mama
pick.
loves him.
The next step, Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah,
I
I'm
think
good.
I think that they're going to get to the championship game, but I don't know if they'll have enough to beat the Chiefs.
Especially if it's in the kingdom.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. So we're going to go Chiefs because why everyone's doing that. You know what? You're right, Alan. Fuck it. We're going to go Jaguars.
You got to
I
have.
like
That's how you win these things.
We got to win.
Yeah,
We've
there
got
you
to
go.
swing for the fences, baby.
There you go.
So just what every pundit had predicted going into the season, a Jaguar Saints Super Bowl. Jesus
Low
Christ.
mark.
Yeah, the least watched Super Bowl since it wasn't televised. So, all right. So between the Jaguars and the Saints, Fred, who you got?
Jaguars and Saints.
Yeah.
Saints. Gotta go with the NFC South. Stay loyal.
Alan?
I'm going to go Jaguars.
I'm going to go Jaguars too. We're calling Jaguars
Fuck,
as
man.
our
Trevor
chance.
Lawrence
I
breakout
always
year.
get outvoted. Man.
Wait, that's how voting works. That's just how the voting works. All right, so rapid fire. I'm going to rely completely on you guys, Tyler and Ace, from our friends at the Hit the Books podcast. Please check them out. Obviously, they are so much better at this than we are. So
Yes.
we're going to rapid fire these. We're just going to go with what you guys say and trust you to be smarter than us. MVP.
Hoff, you
Oh.
take this one.
So a guy that I have my eyes on here, I'll try to keep it as quick as possible.
No,
Two
you're good.
guys-
I just don't want to waste you guys' time is all.
Yeah, no, yeah, you're
Right.
all good. You're all good.
We have all the time in the world to waste. Fred doesn't have to go to work tomorrow.
So one guy that I got my eye on coming into this season, just for the value behind it, not necessarily a common pick, but it's going to be Justin Herbert for the LA Chargers. I think there's good value on him. A pass-heavy offense, a offense that got reworked. They got Eckler back. I'm not big on Brandon Staley as the head coach over there for the Chargers, but I can see Justin Herbert kind of similar put-up numbers to what we've seen Aaron Rodgers in the past in the regular season, where gets it done in the regular season, but not necessarily in the playoffs. Not big on this Chargers team to go far in the playoffs this year, if they even make it. Tough division, tough AFC conference, but I think Justin Herbert could take home an MVP. I think there's a lot of value behind that.
I love that pick.
We're
I love
going
that
for
pick,
it.
Hoff. The only other person I would have, obviously, go with that
Lamar
one. But if you wanted to double down, I had it written down plus 1,600 Trevor Lawrence to take home the MVP. If he's getting you that Super Bowl win, he's
Right.
doing that.
Right.
True. That's a good point.
If you're
All right,
doubling
Fred.
down, that's the way to do it.
Who you want, Herbert or Lawrence?
Who, me?
Yeah, Fred.
Me?
Yeah,
Freddie was like,
Oh, Herbert. I'm not
you
going
were just chilling. I don't know what you were saying.
Yeah, I was.
he was like
All
Bill
right.
Cosby.
So,
Yeah.
offensive player of the year. I agree that I think Trevor Lawrence is going to be in the running for sure. But I don't know. I don't know who.
I'd go non-QB here. I'm looking at Tyreek Hill. I think he might lead the league in receiving this year with a healthy Tua Tagovailoa. If they're going to have any success winning the AFC East, Tyreek, he's at plus 2,000 odds, so that's some crazy betting odds for you too. But everybody's pretty high for this award, but it's mostly non-quarterback players that take this one home.
I have no.
Yeah,
idea.
I like that Tyreek Hill pick. I also think, obviously, I think he won it last year, was the Justin Jefferson duo up there. He has a Kirk Cousins going on. So Justin Jefferson or Tyreek Hill. But I'm big on this Dolphins team this year, so I like that Tyreek Hill pick a lot.
All right, Alan, Justin Jefferson or Tyreek Hill?
Tyreek.
All right, he said Tyreek. He's the only one he can
Tyreek.
pronounce.
You
So,
can go for that.
defensive player of the year. I would like to throw in my vote for Minka Fitzpatrick.
Huff's gonna love that.
I like that as a Steeler guy.
My pick is he's the odds-on favorite right now, but I think he's going to get one sooner or later. I called it last year, so I'm going to ride with it again this year because he was hurt a bit last year. That's Micah Parsons down in Dallas to get
Oh,
his.
man.
I think his time's coming. Garrett, Bosa, all those other guys have already Watt have been in the spotlight, I think Parsons is going to have a full healthy season and bring those Cowboys success like we talked about.
Yeah, I agree. I think I like that Parsons pick, and the guy that I think is going to be right there with him, if not could win it as well and take home another one, is TJ Watt, my Pittsburgh Steeler. Plus 850. There's great value there. I saw an interview. He was on the Pat McAfee show last week. He's coming into this season feeling better and healthier than ever. And when you hear the heartbeat of your defense say that coming into the season, gives me all the good things to feel coming into this season as a Pittsburgh Steelers fan. So I think either way, Micah Parsons or TJ Watt, you got a good pick for Defensive Player of the Year there.
I'm gonna take the pick on this one. I'm taking TJ Watt. So I want to take Micah Parsons because I know he's been going crazy. He's moved down to the defensive end position where he's going to smoke everybody that he goes up against. But I feel like TJ Watt is my homer pick since I only get one. So all right. So I feel like this. No, I'm cool with that. I feel like this is gonna be a pretty easy one. I think we've already spoken about him a couple times. Offensive Rookie of the Year, I think it's Bijan.
Yep. Jahmyr Gibbs can press him for it. I don't see any receiver, especially with JSN going down with the injury.
Right.
I think Gibbs with the timeshare with Montgomery kind of scares me a bit. Robinson's going to get fed in the ATL, and that's a weak division. He's going to put up numbers.
I couldn't agree. Right. Bijan's my pick for this one.
Easy enough. All right, Defensive Rookie of the Year.
I have a homer pick here, so I want to hear what Huff says first.
There's the top two dudes with Will Anderson, obviously top defensive guy that was taken off the board going to Houston. He's going to have a lot asked of him down there to be the main guy, the signal caller in that defense. Being a rookie, the one guy I like is Jalen Carter, the Georgia Bulldog, the back-to-back national champion. I like him to step into this Philadelphia Eagles defense and cause some serious problems for them.
The one thing that scares me with Jalen Carter is how much talent's around him on that Eagles defense, though.
Sure.
Is he really going to be the sole spotlight guy to steal that award like Sauce Gardner did last year? Kind of brings me to my point here with Christian Gonzalez. I know it's tough for a DB to take home the award because you have to be on lock, but in a Patriots defense that complements him well, I think he might be able to put up those big numbers in the spotlight against teams like the Jets, Bills, and Dolphins.
All right, Fred, who you got? Sports? Okay.
What Huff said? I got Huff. The guy Huff was talking about.
Jalen Carter. Gotcha.
Jalen
there
Carter.
You go, Carter.
The Georgia Bulldogs, Fred.
There you go.
I knew it wasn't like that. Okay, so I'm going to make this one, I think, hopefully probably easy. Comeback Player of the Year. Is it Russell Wilson or is it DeMar Hamlin?
It's DeMar Hamlin.
Yeah, as much as I'm a Russ guy, this has NFL script all over it. They want to see DeMar Hamlin touch a field, and if you can wire some money, that's DeMar Hamlin's winning Comeback Player of the Year.
Yeah, I mean, I think
is that the Bills player?
Yeah, that's the guy who literally died on the field.
Died on the field.
And came back to play this year. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Like nothing embodies how literally he came back from death.
They shouldn't let that boy play. They should not let that boy play.
Dude, that was such a freak accident, man. That stuff doesn't happen. I mean, like
that doesn't happen. It fucking literally happened.
Okay, but that doesn't happen that often. How about that?
It fucking happened. You know what I'm saying?
If it happens again, Fred, this year, I'll eat my hat.
And salt and pepper on it or something, man.
I'm going to use the seasoning that you are, Fred.
There you go.
All right, so that'll brings us to our last category, and then we'll let you guys get out of here. Coach of the Year.
Oof, I had this.
It was a rough one.
Who are you looking at?
Go ahead. I was going to say, Ace, who you got here? This is one I wasn't necessarily prepared for. I can definitely think of an answer here, though. Go ahead.
It was crazy when I was looking at it because my pick wasn't like one of the top guys on the. No. Belichick already has the greatest coach of all time accolade. Don't worry about that. I think 10+ rings gets you enough of that, but enough of that. Going back in, not a guy that's at the top of the list. I have Kyle Shanahan. I really think the Niners run the table in the NFC this year. I think they put up somewhere like 14, 15 wins and have a crazy season as they have that vengeance after losing to the Eagles. So I like Shanahan here. But Huff, what are you thinking?
The one that I had my eyes on that as soon as you said that, I'm thinking Sean Payton, see if he can step in with this Denver Broncos team and turn them around. I think I was big on them last year, and they just couldn't get the signal caller right with Hackett as the head guy. And I don't know if I was saying this to them earlier on our show. I don't know if anyone's watched Hard Knocks or not, but when I see clips of that Nathaniel Hackett guy talking to Rodgers, I'm just like, this guy can't be a head coach of a football team. But I'm going to go Sean Payton here. I think Sean Payton has some real ability to turn that Broncos team around. And I think that's kind of where you could get that value with the Russell Wilson comeback player of the year. He's going to turn Russell around, but I don't think Russell wins that award. But I do think Sean Payton could take home this award for sure.
All right, Alan, we're leaving the last one up to you. Who you got?
I have no idea.
Sean Payton it is.
Yep, I have no idea. I really don't.
Whatever Alan doubts, we just go with the last one. That's his. That's our rule.
He's got a Super Bowl to his name too, so
yeah, right. It's easier to type Peyton than Shanahan.
Yeah.
So he's gonna win. Well, hey, Ace, Tyler, thank you guys again so much for coming on. We would love to have you on anytime, maybe around playoff time or really anytime, maybe World Series because there's nothing going on during that time of the year. But if you guys are from the Hit the Books podcast, Alan put the graphic up. Check them out. I'm sure that their insight is much more in depth than we have allowed them to be because we're just idiots and we're just kind of.
I can't wait to see you guys like on ESPN 8, like doing your
the Ocho,
the
cornhole in-depth statistics.
We were gonna ask for some. We had some random prop bets we were gonna throw at you guys, but. It's too much. So we'll leave it. We'll leave it at this. And like I said, you guys are welcome to come on anytime. Thank you very much for coming on. We had a great time. And if we win, we will, we'll buy you a beer. If we lose, you can break Fred's legs. So it's either way, it's a win for you guys.
Yeah, I love it. Well, thanks again for having us on. We appreciate it. We'll definitely have to do this again. You guys were great. I appreciate it. It was a good time. So anytime we can sit down and talk sports with the buddies, it's always a good time to me. So
thank you so much. Again, please feel free to plug the show again, and then we'll get out of here.
Books.
Yeah, absolutely. So we record every Wednesday, episodes release every Thursday, going through the NFL slate, college football slate, what's going on in all the other sports world, NBA, NHL, college basketball, college football, MLB, the whole 9 yards. We take care of it. So, and as the bigger golf events come up, UFC fights, we even dabble in those events too. So definitely not some content to add to your sports world rotation. Hit the Books podcast, all available everywhere. Yeah, that's really it. I appreciate it, guys. Thanks so much for having us on.
Thank you, guys. Have a good one. We'll be in touch soon. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Very much.
Appreciate it.
Awesome.
All right, we'll be right back. Welcome back to the Black Lincoln Collective Podcast. We are so glad you're still with us. Of course, we just said goodbye, and Alan gave the boot to Ace and Tyler from the Hit the Books podcast. They are way more knowledgeable about sports and gambling than we will ever be.
Ever.
Thank you for that, Alan. Ever. They're like, oh, it's 8 + 4.5. And I'm like,
yeah, that's why I had to ask.
How'd they just know that shit?
I don't know. Got me.
I don't know either. Well, Fred, I'm pretty bummed out, buddy. This week, we are trying our best not to do this we're all about we're the fucking death show.
I know, right?
But all celebrities keep on dying, and one of our favorites, one of my favorites of all time, unfortunately kicked the bucket this week in Bob Barker. Bob Barker. R.I.P. Bob is what Alan would say, and that is what he said. We'll keep it brief because I know that he's getting a lot of press from a lot of people, which he totally deserves because he's a national treasure, right?
He is.
He's right up there with Betty White, who he feuded with for a number of years, by the way.
Really?
Yeah, they weren't fans of each other, which is very interesting.
That pussy.
I feel like,
she wanted to spade and neuter him.
She was anti-animal and he was pro-animal. No, I don't know.
But
of course, Bob Barker, we all know him from The Price is Right. He started that on Fred.
Yeah.
Would you care to guess the date he started The Price is Right? It's going to be very familiar to you.
Really? Oh, really?
Yeah.
September the 4th?
September the 4th. What year?
Really? 1952.
No, closer to your birthday.
1975? 77.
1972.
72. Wow.
September 4th, 1972 is the premiere of The Price is Right on CBS with Bob Barker as the host.
Really?
Before that, from 1969 to 1988, he emceed the New Year's Day Tournament of Roses parade. He also hosted Miss Universe and the Miss USA beauty pageants, as well as he had his own radio show, The Bob Barker Show, which was way more popular than ours. And he also hosted the TV game show Truth or Consequences.
Truth or Consequences, yeah.
So of course he won. Honestly, let's be honest, probably the best fight scene of all time in any movie of any sort. And you can say just comedy, but I say any movie. Yeah. And for his role in Happy Gilmore, where he beat the shit out of Adam Sandler,
better than Rocky.
No, way better. I would rather watch that 100 times than watch Rocky once. And of course, he was also a huge advocate for animals.
Yeah.
And he ended every show with, spay and neuter your pets.
Spay and neuter your pets.
And overall, honestly, man, I mean, he lived to be 99. There's really not much you can say. He was the man.
He got close to 100 as he could, right?
He did.
Not going over,
as they say.
Not going over.
As they've all said. So, R.I.P. Bob Barker. You will not be forgotten.
Rip.
I've spayed and neutered all my pets because of you. He was also vegetarian, Fred. Did you know that?
Did he? I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm. They even,
Drew Carey sucks.
Drew Carey does suck comparatively.
He does.
You're right.
Yeah. Comparatively, like there's no.
I completely agree. I hate.
Man, I remember like having to stay home from school and like, grandma would watch Bob and then the soap operas.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Summertime.
He is my all-time second favorite game show host.
Second favorite.
Yes, behind and this is gonna
Alex Trebek?
No, this is gonna be a little like possibly heart-wrenching, but
RuPaul?
No. Pat Sajak, because of Wheel of Fortune fame. Because when I was a kid, I was from a broken home. Right, I came from a broken home, in case you didn't know that. And Pat Sajak, back in the grainy days of television in the 80s, had like a passing resemblance to my dad, who was gone. If you listen, you'll hear this. Yeah, I'm not even kidding. And so I would watch Wheel of Fortune just to feel the love of a father.
Oh my God.
I'm serious. He did. He looked a lot like my
dad.
dad.
No,
it was sad. I told you it was borderline sad.
That is sad.
But it was true.
That's
like I would watch it because I was like, is that my daddy? Like and then Dana White was from up the road, from us.
Yeah,
so I was like, this could be.
Yeah.
Could be my daddy.
Oh,
it wasn't my
man.
daddy.
No.
But yeah, so I know that's weird.
Diddy. Here's his Diddy.
So yeah, R.I.P. Unfortunately, to our old buddy, friend of the show, Bob Parker. Why not? Because he can't say anything about it now. He would have loved us.
He would have.
His
He
old
probably beat the shit out of all three of us.
But and we'd have let him. I'd have let him.
Yeah, I'll let him. Come on.
So
Bob.
Fred, it's from the dead that we appreciate our lives. And that this is how we that's the knowledge that at some point we'll all be gone is what makes life so precious.
Worthless.
And that's why they call it the present.
Yes.
And Fred,
it's a gift.
like a present. Fred. Exactly.
It's a gift.
Exactly. And so Fred,
in
order to celebrate your promotion to house husband, and of course also your birthday, which is today. We've got some fun birthday facts for Fred. So everyone, Fred's fucking birthday facts. There you go. That's pretty good. That's better than our last week's show.
Fred,
but he's not doing the facts because it's his birthday.
It's not my birthday. It's my birthday. Yeah. Buckets.
So yeah, Fred, congratulations for being born on September 4th, 1976.
Boom, boom.
That is that was the 248th day of the year in the 1976 Gregorian calendar. And that means that there were only 118 days remaining until the end of the year. Fred, do you know what day you were born on? What the day of the week was? Because I can tell you.
I think it was a dark and cloudy Saturday.
It was a Saturday, and
it was a Saturday.
And it rained and thundered for the 10 minutes before and the 3 minutes after you were born. And the world was cast into shame. And the exact moment that you came out, they exploded. As soon as you came out, Canadian Airlines had their biggest crash to date. Unfortunately. So Fred, if you
were there a plane crash on my birthday?
9 people died. So thanks for that. So a person born on this day, of course, will be 46 years old, which you are. And Fred, 47 years old. I don't know how fucking old you are.
I was about to say, you're going to give me a year back. I'll take it.
I'm trying. You don't look a day over 46.
Thank you.
So, and if you, Fred, had you started when you were 3 and say 50 cents a day, do you know how much money you would have right now?
No, I don't. I don't want to know.
It's not as much as you think.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah, you would have $53 million.
Oh!
No, you would have $8,033.50.
Okay,
if you save
that's
50
better.
cents a day
That's
for your
you
entire
got
life.
me. I was like,
You're like,
really?
50 cents? Holy shit.
Really?
Oh, you haven't been on that long, Fred. You would only have to live 110 million years for that to happen.
Well, stop it.
So, and Fred, just so you know, if you were born in Japan,
Well,
then the day of the week that you were born would not have been Saturday. It would have been Doyobi, which is how you say Saturday in Japanese. So that said, I have a few historical facts that I just can't wait for you to tell me all about.
Okay.
Since you apparently live
Right.
them. First of all, like we said, Price is Right started a mere 3 or 4 years before you were born.
That's right.
So your parents probably may have knocked it out to that. And that might be what started you. So hey, I'm just saying it's possible. It's possible. In 1957, Fred, the Ford Motor Company introduced the Edsel, an automobile brand that later becomes one of the biggest marketing failures in history. So much like
me.
I was going to say, you share failure with Ford Motor Company. No, I'm kidding. So on a science standpoint, Fred, in 1807, Robert Fulton Steamboat, the North River Steamboat, made its first successful trip to New York, from New York to Albany. Which
His
is like
last name was Steamboat?
Roger Fulton is his name.
Oh, Roger, you said Roger Fulton Steamboat.
You thought he was Ricky the Dragon Steamboat's grandfather?
Ricky the Dragon's granddaddy.
They named it after him. They named Steamboat after him. But yeah, from New York to Albany, which is literally like 50 feet. So I don't know. I don't know if that's true, but I'm going to assume it is. Yeah. So also in 1894, Antoine Becquerel discovers radioactivity while working with uranium salts. So he died.
Probably died. If he died.
Mostly because of you. In 1951, the first live transcontinental television broadcast takes place in the United States, showing. Do you know who the president was in 1951, Fred?
Eisenhower.
No, it was Truman, right?
Truman, that's correct. Harry S. Truman's speech.
So it was the Truman Show.
Yeah. It was the Truman Show. The same day that The Price is Right debuted, the Pioneer 10 becomes the first spacecraft to travel through an asteroid belt.
Ooh, unsuccessfully.
No, it was successfully.
Oh, did it?
Yeah. And then, of course, politically speaking, and this is what we really care about, in 476, which this probably had a lot to do with you, Romulus Augustus, the last Roman emperor, is deposed by Odoacer, a Germanic chieftain.
Yep.
I like that.
I do.
And in 1781, a mere 198 years before you were born, or 95 years, the Los Angeles Pobladores, a group of 44 settlers from Mexico, established the town of El Pueblo de Nuestra Senora La Reina de Los Angeles de Porcupina, or Porciúncula.
I thought it was a basketball team.
Would you like me to read it again? Probably worse. They established the town of El Pueblo de Nuestra Senora La Reina de Los Angeles de Porciúncula.
Why your name? Why's name got to be so?
Porciúncula. I'm sure it's peninsula.
Porciúncula.
How do you say peninsula in Spanish, Alan?
Porciúncula.
Porciúncula. Which later became the city of Los Angeles.
Is it? Oh, yeah. LA on my birthday.
That's right. And also, Fred, in 1957, Arkansas Governor Orville Faubus called out the National Guard to prevent the integration of Little Rock Central High School, leading to the Little Rock 9 crisis. And you were one of the reasons.
I was, yeah. They wouldn't let me in that school.
And of course, you were there in 1985 when the Akil Lauru cruise ship is hijacked by Palestinian terrorists in the Middle Eastern Sea, or the Mediterranean Sea.
I was on the boat.
Yeah, right. He was like, "Where are all the white women at?"
I knew I was safe though, because they don't take black hostages.
That's true. That's true.
Our value is minus $290.
They're like, minus 229. You're out.
We see no value in this man.
That's right. So, Fred, do you remember the great year of our Lord, 1995?
Yeah, man, it's a great year.
Do you remember what debuted on your birthday in 1995?
September
what television
4th,
show?
1995.
1995.
No, I don't.
No one told me life was gonna be this way. Friends, the sitcom Friends, premiered on NBC, captivating audiences and becoming one of the most popular TV shows of all time.
Thanks a lot, Fred.
White
TV shows. And Fred, would you like to know a few people that you share your birthday with?
Sure.
How about your old buddy, Ivan Pavlov, the Russian psychologist and Nobel laureate?
With the dogs?
Was known for his work on classical conditioning.
With the dogs.
Right. Of course. As soon as we hear the bell, we just assume the show's over. So, of course, Joanne Nathan, American cookbook author and television personality, specializing in Jewish cuisine.
Jewishing the food. Gefilte fish. His gefilte fish is delicious.
Tom Watson was born on your birthday, American professional golfer and winner of 8 major championships.
Yep, I did know Tom Watson.
All right, how about this one? I bet you didn't know this one. Which one of the Wayans brothers is born on your birthday?
Damien.
Nope, but close.
Really? Well,
Damon.
Damon. Yeah, it's Damien.
Not Damien. Damon.
It's Damon. Damon Wayans.
Damon Wayans, American actor, comedian, and writer for his nose on In Living Color and Lethal Weapon.
I get it. Then 3 snaps with a twist.
And then, of course, Fred, in 1981,
yes,
your absolute favorite, the girl that you're so excited that you share your birthday with.
Booty, rocking
the one and only, put a ring on it singer, Beyonce Knowles. American singer, songwriter, and actress, recognized one of the most influential women in the music industry.
Yep.
Thank you. So, Fred, I'm not going to tell you the people who died on your birthday because that's depressing. We've already gone through this.
No, there were some cool people that died on my birthday.
No, there really weren't.
There were. Right?
Okay. Alan Wilson, American musician and co-founder of the blues rock band Canned Heat. Harriet Monroe, American poet and founder of Poetry Magazine. Richard Burbage, English actor and member of Lord Chamberlain's Men. Mel Appleby, English singer and member of the duo Mel and Kim, known for their hit song in the 80s. They don't name the song because you should know it. And of course, Anita Page, American actress and one of the last surviving silent film stars, best known for her role in Broadway Melody. So, Fred,
I think Betty White about died on Joan Rivers died on my birthday.
She died. Betty White died on like December 30th.
No.
Yeah.
Joan Rivers died on my birthday.
Joan Rivers did die on your birthday. That's correct.
Joan Rivers died on my birthday. And Steve Irwin died on my birthday.
That's true. Steve Irwin did die. So
see, you left out the coolest people. You was all these.
No, I like putting the nerds in there.
Yeah.
This is a science show, man.
All the nerds in there.
I'm only thinking about the nerds in there.
The coolest. Well, fucking what's his name was a nerd.
Who?
Steve Irwin, he was just a cool ass nerd.
No, he was cool. He was a cool nerd. Yeah, he was a cool nerd. I'll give him credit.
He's like one of the coolest.
And Joan Rivers is one of the funniest women of all time.
Yes,
right.
Yeah. Very, very good stuff.
Hank the Angry Dwarf died on my birthday.
I unfortunately don't know who that is, but he sounds really. He seems like somebody I like.
Really short. And short. Tattoo died on my birthday.
Oh no, Tattoo. That's sad.
Tattoo. They blame, boss. They blame.
The plane came for him.
That's right. He got to the plane.
He might have
finally
died
got to the plane.
Yeah.
He probably died.
That's right. He could have died there.
He got taken a plane to Canada.
So, Fred, happy
dude,
40-something birthday.
The dude who shot Ricky in Boys in the Hood died on my birthday.
And you did
that Doughboy killed?
At the end? Well, the one who hung out the car with the double barrel shotgun. Yeah, he died on my birthday.
Yeah, he had a good death.
Yeah.
Yep. Also, Ricky! On your birthday, Fred, Kelly Clarkson became the first winner of the reality show American Idol. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, American swimmer Mark Spitz won his 7th gold medal during the Munich Olympic Games.
That's how I celebrated my birthday that year. Watching
with Mark Spitz.
That's sad.
He don't swallow. He spits.
Swallow.
Right,
and of course,
kind of long.
And of course, none of us can forget French author and diplomat Francois Auguste René Victor de Chaperon, who was the country's first romantic writers and France's preeminent literary figure in the early
I love his
century.
books. I love his books.
Yeah.
Big fan of
Big fan.
Francois Auguste Rene.
Yeah, Rene.
We love him.
All the way.
Can't wait to have him on the show.
Got
Oh,
a
wait,
button
he's
that
dead.
says that.
He died. He was born in 1768, so he's probably not around anymore. But maybe next week you can read us an excerpt from one of his books.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we'll do that.
Yeah,
It's in
we'll
French.
have to write down his name.
So I have to learn that first.
That's right.
You just need to learn a little French, just a little French,
Little
just
French.
enough to read 5 pages
Bon,
from a
bon.
book.
Yeah.
Bon.
That's right. You got time to learn.
Yeah,
I do. Let me dust off my Rosetta Stone.
This is
That's
wrong.
right.
I'm sorry, Freddie. I didn't mean to say that.
Yeah, we're sorry for all the unemployment humor.
It's okay. I'm telling you. You got
It is what it is. You know what,
Make
Fred?
fun of it.
Sometimes when a door closes, a window opens.
There you go. And I'm going to climb right through it and steal all your shit.
Especially if you live in Russia.
And when are you leaving for work tomorrow? Listeners, when do you leave for work in the morning? And what's your address? Just curious. Feel free to tweet the
us.
show. And if you know of any job openings, tweet the show and
Exes.
tell
No,
Freddie.
don't tweet us. We got an X's now.
Yeah, exit up, baby.
Yeah, that's right.
Exit up.
I can't
It's
wait.
fixed,
Well,
actually.
Fred, happy birthday to you from the show.
Thank you.
We're so thankful that you're one of us, and we're so thankful that you're gonna have a lot more time
One
to come
of
up with
us.
segments.
One of us. Ain't doing
Now you can really devote your life to the show. That's been
We go do that.
Fred's freaking birthday facts, dude. Okay, if you spend 1 minute working on this show now that you don't have a job, I will be shocked.
Okay. Don't do it, man.
I believe in you. No,
I am.
that
We're gonna
I
do
do
it.
Believe in you.
That's right. I believe in you forever, Fred.
Viva la Fred.
That's right. Viva la Fred. Fred's gonna be back and better than ever in a mere hours. He'll probably have a job before the show even airs.
Probably. I got it.
Happy Labor
Got it
Day.
right
Thank you guys for coming on. Thank you
Work too
again
hard.
to our buddies at the Hit the Books podcast, Ace and Tyler. We'll get the other two on at some point soon. And we're going to rock and roll our way out of here and on to a beach. What do you do on Labor Day?
Cookout. It's
Yeah,
the end of
cookout.
summer. The end of summer.
Thank God.
Yeah.
It's the last time you can
It's-
wear. It's the last time to wear white.
Oh,
But
dude,
fun.
guess what? My sandals broke today. So
Oh,
I'm pretty sad. I'm
well.
glad summer's ending.
That's it. It's the end of
Fuck
summer.
summer.
Yeah, I'm a 75-degree slut.
Yeah, me too.
Let's go.
Let's get dirty. Let's get dirty, and cuddle up,
Nasty.
baby.
Real freaking nasty.
Time to cuddle up with some ladies. More likely, my wife and kids. Hooray. It's gonna be awesome. She's gonna fucking drink 1,000 pumpkin spices. Because that happened. That happened this week. That should have led the
Oh,
show with
yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Is she was like, "Oh, look what's back," and I was like, "I didn't know it ever left."
Pumpkin
Because
spice.
I don't like pumpkin spice. I don't give a shit about it. But it's very popular this time of year.
It is.
And it's 96 degrees outside and people are drinking fucking pumpkin spice. Which doesn't have pumpkin in it, by the way.
No, it doesn't.
Just saying.
White people.
I'm telling you, dude. It is 100%. It's 100% white people. It's not. I've never seen a person of color.
Hey,
Of
you
any
gotta,
color,
you
drink
gotta
pumpkin
admit that's the hell of a marketing campaign, man.
Oh,
Pumpkin
sure.
Spice got a hell of a marketing
Yes.
campaign.
Yeah, they're like, let's call it
God,
pumpkin spice,
dog.
and there won't even be any pumpkin in it, and we'll take the world by storm.
Yep.
If somebody actually had to drink something with pumpkin in it, they would hate it because pumpkin is
Yeah.
disgusting.
Yeah.
Unless
Yeah,
it's on pie.
most people that like pumpkin as spice thing don't like pumpkin pie.
Right.
I don't like pumpkin
Yeah,
pie.
pumpkin pie is disgusting.
See, and I'm the opposite. I like pumpkin pie, but only
Yeah, I
if
do.
it's smothered in pounds and pounds of whipped cream.
Yes,
Mm-mm.
me too.
No, see,
That's the
sweet
way to
potato,
do
you don't need that. You don't need
Oh,
all
sweet
that
I like
whipped
potato
cream.
pie.
You don't need all that whipped cream. Just eat the sweet
No,
potato.
because sweet potato pie is good on its own, but
Yeah.
pumpkin pie is it needs a little white on it.
Look at the pumpkin pie.
Yeah.
Look at the pumpkin pie.
So thank you guys so much for listening. We'll be back next week with a brand new show.
Some people.
Hopefully we all make it. And we'll see you soon.
Pumpkin pie.
BL, fill
See
out
you
your resume.
later. Be a pumpkin pie you later. No, I'm gonna cut that shit out.
BL your resume.